Day 4, Problem 1. A person is 5.5 feet tall and casts a 4-foot shadow. At the same time, a nearby building casts a 30-foot shadow. Part A, sketch a diagram. Here is the ground, and this little stick figure is the person, and nearby is a building. For our purposes, maybe just a simple rectangle can be our building. And let's say that the sun is up here in the sky to the right. That would create shadows that are on the left side of the building and on the left side of the person. So the idea here is that right triangles are the shapes that we need to draw a diagram for the situation. Now the person is 5.5 feet tall and has a 4-foot shadow. The building has a 30-foot shadow, and we don't know how tall it is. I'm going to put the variable x on that. Here are our similar right triangles. That's part A. Now in part B, we're going to create a proportion that we can use to find the height of the building. So a proportion will be an equation with a ratio on the left side and a ratio on the right side. First of all, for the person, 5.5 feet tall, 4-foot shadow. For the building, x feet tall and a 30-foot shadow. So here is our proportion that we can solve to find a solution for x. Now again, there's many ways to solve a proportion. Because this proportion doesn't have any extremely obvious patterns to make it very fast to solve, we can treat it like an equation. Here's the variable x. Right now it has a divide 30 next to it. The opposite math operation of dividing by 30 is multiplying by 30. And so I'm going to solve the equation by multiplying by 30 on the right side of the equals and multiplying by 30 on the left side of the equals. The reason for doing that is because this denominator of 30 will cancel away when we multiply by 30, leaving the numerator alone. So now the letter x is alone. Doing this math over here will get us our solution that we need for the letter x. Okay? So on a piece of scrap paper, we can figure out 30 times 5.5 divide 4. Okay? So first of all, 30 times 5.5. 5.5 is the same thing as the fraction 11 over 2. The way that I got that was by multiplying 2 times 5, which is 10, and adding on 1, which is 11. And so 30 times 11 over 2. 30 and 2 cross cancel, reducing to a 1 and to a 15. And now I can go 15 times 11. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. Start the next row with 0. 1 times 5 is 5. And 1 times 1 is 1. Adding together, this is 5, 6, and 1. 165. Okay. Remember that there was also a dividing by 4. So back to the scrap paper, let's divide 165 by 4. So 4 divides into 165. 4 divides into 16 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Subtracting it makes 0. The 5 can come straight down next to the 0. 4 divides into 5 once. And 1 times 4 is 4. Subtracting is a 1. There is a remainder of 1. I could put a decimal point and a decimal point here, add a 0 on, the 0 comes down here, creating 10, and we could continue dividing out using decimals. A faster way to make use of the remainder is to take that remainder of 1 and to put it on top of the divisor 4 and create the fraction 1/4. And so I have 41 and 1/4. And so the height of the building is 41 1/4 feet. Now, day 4, problem 2. A cylinder has diameter 8 centimeters and height 3 centimeters. Recall that a circle's diameter is twice its radius. Sketch a picture. So here is a picture of a cylinder. We are told that the diameter is 8 centimeters. So the distance all the way across the circle is 8. That means from the center to the edge of the cylinder is 4 centimeters. The height of the cylinder is 3 centimeters. So from here to here is 3. And that is our picture. Now in part B, we're given this math formula to find the surface area. So I'm going to begin by writing that formula down. And then use the formula by substituting values for the symbols. For pi, 3.14. For r, 4. For h, 3. For pi, 3.14. And for r, 4. Now we have some multiplying to do. 2 times 3.14 is 6.28. 4 times 3 is 12. So 6.28 times 12. 8 times 2 is 16, carry 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 6 times 2 is 12. Start the next row with 0. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 6 is 6. Add together, this is 6. 5 and 8 is 13, carry 1. This is 5, and this is 7. There are 2 numbers to the right of the dot, so the dot goes here, 75.36. Now, this portion of the expression, 2 times 3.14 is 6.28, and 4 squared is 16, so 6.28 times 16. 8 times 6 is 48, carry 4. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 4 is 16, carry 1. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 1 is 37. Start the next row with 0. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 6 is 6. Adding together, this is 8, 14, carry 1, 10, carry 1, and 10. 2 numbers to the right of the dot, so the dot must go here, 100.48. In the final step, we can add together these 2 numbers. So 100.48, add 75.36. 8 plus 6 is 14, carry 1. 4 and 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8. The dots line up and come straight below. 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 7 is 7. And then here is 1. So our answer for the surface area is 175.84 square centimeters.